Okay, so we are back with our live coverage here at QuadA in Washington, D.C. And up next we have Maurice Wilson, who's the founder and president of Wilson Wealth Management.
Yes, Chuck, nice to meet you. Glad to see you here and join the QuadA conference. This is my third year attending, and I'm having lots of fun.
All right, Maurice, thanks for taking some time.
No problem.
I know we were talking a little bit offline. This is my first year covering QuadA.
Okay.
I'm blown away. Really amazing
Right.
what you guys have done. I know this is your third conference.
Yes, sir.
And you guys just seem like you're growing exponentially each year, so kudos to that.
Definitely, thank you. I appreciate it.
So what I'd like to talk with you about here today, Maurice, is how, as an advisor, right?
sir.
I'm an advisor as well, right?
Yeah,
As a lot of people know,
yeah.
you know, I'm not really a reporter. As I like to put it, I'm a curious advisor
There
with
you
a
go.
mobile camera, and
There
you
you
talk
go.
to people that I want to hear from.
Yes, sir.
And what I'd love to hear from you, Maurice, is how has QuadA helped your career development?
Well, great. Thanks for having me, Chuck. Thanks for doing this. QuadA has definitely impacted my bottom line. My very first conference, I met a third-party administrator for 401k plans.
Yeah.
As soon as I got back to my hometown, my CPA started sending me business owners that needed 401k plans.
Yeah.
So instantly we were setting up 401k plans and cash balance plans. Honestly, I had never heard of cash balance plans before because that wasn't my space. And so that connection has yielded significantly to our bottom line since we first came to this conference. So it's a direct benefit.
I love that.
Yeah.
So I'm a huge advocate at conferences. So I cover for InvestmentNews probably 11 conferences a year now.
All right.
And I think they're really, as much as they have grown, they're still underattended.
Yes, that's
And
true.
one of the reasons why we do this on location series is to let advisors know, you got to move out of your bubble a little bit, and boy, you learn a lot of stuff, you meet a lot of people, and that's a testament right there.
Yes, sir. Definitely,
Okay.
definitely.
What else have you gotten out of QuadA over the years? Not necessarily the conference, but the organization in general even.
Just knowing that there's a support network out there, proof of concept. You know, you're in your own bubble, so all you know is your 50-mile radius, right? And people that came into the business with you, some of them are no longer in the business, so you get proof of concept. Here's somebody you can touch who's where you're trying to go or starting a little bit further behind you, and you can inspire them. So it's the intangibles of being present that help you as you're back in your home, your cubbyhole, your foxhole, building your business. So it really says, okay, this can happen and is happening, and it's not just me.
You know, I think that's a great point, and we actually talk about this quite a bit. And I used to say I'm amazed, but I'm not amazed anymore about the following.
Right.
How open other advisors are to share their success stories,
is
right?
true.
Their secrets of success.
This is true.
You would think like, I've got a great idea, I'm not going to share it with
Right.
Maurice and vice
Right.
versa. But boy, that exchange is flowing.
Yes, yes.
I think more so than other industries.
That's
Why
true.
do you think it is communities like QuadA are so open, even though we're walking amongst competitors
We're all,
here,
yes,
right?
yes.
Essentially, but still the information and idea flow is going. Why is that?
I think one, if you're really in the business, you realize how wide open the marketplace is.
Yeah.
You can have 10 advisors on one street and no one will have the entire street owned, right? And then secondly, we realize you can't get there by yourself. Somebody has helped you get started. It could be a family member, friends from college, friends from your former place. Somebody had to give you a break. And so you feel like extending that to other people. And so we're a very altruistic community. We're not necessarily the hedge fund community. No knock on the hedge funds, but we don't
Nothing wrong with hedge funds necessarily,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
if you know, you know.
Yeah, we don't have IP that we're trying to protect. We're trying to make sure you're better at your job. And I think also we're kind of always recruiting each other. Hey, maybe you want to join my firm one day, so I want to leave that door open as well. Maybe you want to sell your practice, and that's kind of where the industry's at. So you don't want to be a vulture out here. You want to be a social capitalist.
That's right. And what is that? It's the idea of abundance, right?
There you go. There you go.
And that is really the case.
Yes, sir.
And I see it more, the bifurcation is good advisors versus bad advisors. I really mean that. Advisors that are truly delivering advice, not just selling products.
That's true.
And I think these conferences really attract the right type of advisors, the fiduciary-oriented advisors that are really delivering advice and not selling product. Is that a fair statement?
That is a fair statement, and I would add they want to further the industry. They want to raise standards and keep going because we want to do a good job. It's kind of like state insurance. Insurance is regulated by the state. We don't want any insurance carrier to fail because that means we're all having problems. So we want to make sure we're all providing good advice. You're right about the bad, good advisor. It does keep away some of the bad advisors because you have to be a little giving of yourself to come here.
Yes.
You're taking time off the clock. You aren't selling anything. So I agree with that. That is the line in the sand. So.
All right, Maurice, so as we're coming up on time, we have just a couple minutes left.
All right.
Tell the audience, the ones that are not fortunate enough to be here this year, why should they come here next year?
Because you're missing out. You want to come here next year. It's going to improve your bottom line, which is important, but it's also going to expand your network, and we all know it's not what you know, but who you know. And so if you want to know more people, increase your social capital, QuadA is the way to go. QuadA 2026, it'll be 25 years of QuadA next year.
Oh, fantastic. Well, we'll definitely be back for that. And what a great place to put a pin in it for this segment.
Right.
Maurice, thank you so much for joining us.
No problem.
All right, and we'll be back. We have 1 or 2 more segments left to go here as we continue our live coverage of QuadA in Washington, D.C. Maurice, thank you again.
Thank you, Chuck.
All right.
All right. All right, that's great.